Hello and welcome to CI in Under 5. My name is John Weezy, and in this episode I'm going to talk to you about a brand new feature that we've just released in preview called Enhanced Addresses. This is part of our enrichment piece. And you'll see here on the enrichment page that I have this new tile for enhanced addresses. Let me go ahead and flip over. I've already done one of these. I'm going to walk you through this. So the first thing that you're going to do is select the data set that you're going to use. So here I have one choice. I have customer, so I'm going to use that. And then you define if your address occupies a single field or if it is spread across multiple fields. In my case, it's multiple fields. Once you've done that, you move to the next screen. This next screen is going to give you the ability to choose which field, or in this case, multiple fields, map to each of the proper places. So you can see here I can choose, it gives me a likely match, but it also gives me other fields from my data set, from my customer, that I can choose from. So it will pre-pick the ones that it thinks make sense. In my case, the only one that it didn't pick for sure was street 1. All the rest of them, it mapped one-to-one. And then you're going to move forward to the next screen where it's going to give you what you put in. So here you can see it's profiles, and it's the customer, it's the data set, and my mappings are the street address, city, state, postal code, and country. You then give it a name and the output entity that you want it to create, and you're all set. So as I said, I've already done this, so I'm not going to run it again for you. It does take a few minutes to run because it has to go through the whole model and all that. But let me explain to you what it is actually doing when it's running. So what this model does is it goes through a two-step process to enhance your address. And really, it's all about normalizing the addresses that you have. So it's going to parse the address to identify the different components that it has. And if you have them in separate fields, that makes it a little bit easier. And then it's going to put them into a structured format. So that format would be, kind of a typical address, comma, address to, comma, city, comma, state, comma, zip code, comma, country, and so on. And then we use artificial intelligence to go ahead and correct and complete and standardize those addresses. So standardizing on something like 4, 5, 6, 7 West Main Street showing up as W for West and not the entire name, and Main Street, ST, instead of the word street. So it's going to standardize all the addresses so that they're all in that same format, and it's going to create that enriched and enhanced address for you. Now, what we don't do is we do not validate or verify that the address is a valid address. And we do not verify if the values actually are valid together. So we don't validate that the city is actually a city in the state that's provided, or that the zip code is a proper zip code for that city and state. And the last thing we don't do is we don't change a value if we don't recognize it. So if it's not recognized, we will ignore it. We won't enhance the address. Currently, we're supported in Australia, Canada, the UK, and the United States. And let's take a look at what you get now from that output. So you can see I had 5,000 out of my 5,400 profiles that were enhanced or enriched. And you can click on View Data, and it's going to bring you over to the entity. And if you look at the data, you can see what the output is. So you can see how it's gone ahead and standardized my output. So I have STE, and I have APT, and I have full names. I don't happen to have any of them here that have W or West or anything like that, but you can dig through your data and see how that's output. So that's a quick run through of our new feature, Enhanced Addresses, which is part of enrichment and is currently in preview. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll tune in again as we produce more videos.